Hi, I'm Sarah Johnson.
Hi, I'm Deanna Hopkins.
And we're going to be giving you a tour of Upper Iowa University's Fayette campus today.
So right now we're in Parker Foxworth Admissions Hall, which is where your admissions counselors will be, and this is where typically all the tours start.
Let's go.
Okay, so you see that field over there? So back in like the 80s, they used to have a competition between the upperclassmen and underclassmen of hide and seek. Well, obviously the upperclassmen always won because they know where all the hiding spots are. Well, one freshman was determined to win, so he actually buried himself 6 feet underground in there in a coffin with just a book, a light, and a breathing tube. And you know what? They won.
All right, so this is Alexander Dickman Hall. This is kind of the original building on campus. The Green Goddess is located on top, and that's the tallest point in Fayette, Iowa. Located in this building is President Duffy's office and then HR. So there's not any classes in here, but it's a pretty cool building with a lot of history. So now we're going into Henderson Wilder Library. So here's the library. There are a lot of great resources in here, including computer labs, printers, and obviously books. Through Upper Iowa, you also get access to online textbooks and databases, which is really nice when you're writing papers.
Also in this building, the staircases that are up here, a lot of people say that it looks like the staircases from Harry Potter,
So next we're walking into the Andres Center of Business and Education. So this is the Andres Center. The School of Business is located on the 2nd floor, and then the School of Education is on the 1st floor. A fun fact about this building is it was funded by Bill Andres, who was the former CEO of Target, and his wife is also named after it as well.
Here at Upper Iowa University, we're all about giving a real-life experience, so that's why this classroom actually looks like an education classroom. We're all about trying to make everything authentic, and that way you're ready to go out in the real world and get a real job.
Next building.
So the next building we're going to go into is the Baker Heveland Science Hall. This is like where all the STEM majors live and where they all take their science classes and do their labs and all that. So this is the building where I hang out because a lot of my science classes are in here. So this is the auditorium. This is where a lot of like your gen ed science courses will be. Also, this is where some sports teams have their meetings. So if you're on a sports team, this is probably where you're having a meeting.
I like to touch on the different senior projects that are on display. It's really cool to see what all the seniors and alums have done with their education here at Upper Iowa.
So this is what majority of the labs look like here on campus if you want to take a peek.
Next, we're going to go to the Liberal Arts Building on campus.
So this building is really easy to navigate. All the professor offices are on that side and all of the classrooms are on this side. Also in this building is the Writing Center, which is right there. So the Writing Center is just a place you can go to get help with writing essays or anything like that. They can help you with grammar, they can help you get started on your essays with writing a thesis statement or anything like that.
That's a really great free resource for students. Also, one thing I like to touch on is the unique class schedule that Upper Iowa has. We only take 2 to 3 classes at a time typically, and you have class 4 days a week. So most majors get Wednesdays off unless you have science with a lab
or get a break
or a math class. But that can be a really nice mid-week catch-up day and also great to study and do homework. So this is the largest classroom on campus. There will be some classes in here, but typically the largest class I would say is around 20 or so students. They'll also host different meetings for football or different sports teams or even different clubs in here as well.
So if you're ever curious about what to do on campus, there's bulletin boards all over campus in all the different buildings, so you're never out of the know of what is going on campus and what are there things to do.
So here's a more typical classroom in LA. As you can see, smaller than the auditorium we were just in. But that's one thing I really love about Upper Iowa is the small class sizes allow for you to really get to know your professors and them to know you as well, so they can help you with any questions, and there's way more of a connection there.
Also, I think it's still really cool that we use chalkboards. Chalkboards are pretty outdated compared to like other universities, so I think it's really cool that we still use chalkboards.
Now we're gonna go check out Dorman Memorial Gymnasium. So here we are in the lobby of Dorman Memorial Gymnasium, and located to the right on the wall is the Upper Iowa President's Team. We take academics really seriously here, and so this highlights the top student on each sports team. And the overall GPA for our college athletes is a 3.2. So located to the left here is our concession stand, and this is open during when games are happening, and if you purchase a meal plan on campus, you get dining dollars and you can spend those here, so you don't have to necessarily bring cash to a game, which is really nice. So here is the gym. We are the only Division II school in Iowa, which makes us special in that way. But I am on the volleyball team here, so I spend a lot of time in here, but I love the small, tight-knit atmosphere our gym provides. When it gets full on a game day, it's really fun being an athlete, playing, and just knowing there's so much support from the community and other athletes.
Also, we hold different type of community events here as well, so it's not just like sports teams. So sometimes they have like toy drives here, or we have like different events where like arts and craft day with like the local children and stuff, so that's really cool too.
All right, so before we head out of the building, I'm going to talk about how downstairs there are a few different services. So the athletic training room is located down there, so each sports team gets assigned a trainer, and so you can go there whenever you need to. And there's also a few of the locker rooms down there, and then we have 2 weight rooms that the athletes have access to, whether it's for during open weightlifting hours or their scheduled team lift time.
So if you're a really outdoorsy person, one thing that we have available here on campus is outdoor pursuits. So it's free to every single student with their ID. So you go in and you're like, hey, I want to go like kayaking, I want to go camping, and you show them your ID and they give you the equipment for free and you just have to return it. So it's a really great thing to utilize as a student here on campus if you want to go and do something outside.
So next we're going to head into the recreation center.
So this building is open to all student athletes and just students in general. It's also open to community members. It's a great place to come and hang out and do weightlifting. You can also come in here and play volleyball or play basketball with your friends or anything like that, as long as you have your student ID.
So this is the gym space in the rec center. There's a track on the main level and then one above as well. So different sports teams will utilize that, but also anyone from the community who has a pass is welcome to come in here. And this is the space where they'll have intramurals, or you can just play pickup basketball or hang out with friends. And then also located upstairs is the wrestling facility.
So this is the weight room in the rec center. The rec center has really flexible hours, so you're more than welcome to come in here and work out during those hours. They open at like 6 a.m. and I think they close at like 10 p.m. So if you just want to get up at 6 a.m. and come work out, you're more than welcome to do that.
So next we're going to show you Garby Hall,
which is one of the living facilities here on campus. So also in this building is the IT center. It's the Informational Technology Center. So if you ever need help with like a computer, or if you ever need help with like your email or anything, or something's not working, you're more than welcome to come here and get help. Also, Upper Iowa University does have a contract with Dell, so I think you are allowed to get some money off of like a Dell computer. So if you haven't bought a computer yet for college, great place to utilize and get a gift card off of it.
Next, we're kind of going through the lobby of Garby Hall. So Garby does have a lot in addition to it being a resident hall, but this is a nice hangout space for students, open anytime. So Garby also has a computer lab with a printer. All residential halls and
Major buildings.
yes, major buildings on campus, if you will, have printing and a computer lab. So printing is included in your student fees. So it's free. And then there are some classrooms in this building. A lot of the exercise science classes are located in here.
So Garby is split into boys and girls. The boys are on the south side, the girls are on the north side. So you live on the north side if you're a girl, you live on the south side if you're a boy. Also in this building is the financial aid office. So if you ever need help with like holds on your account, or if you just have any questions about your financial aid, you come through here, and this is the place that you would go.
We also have a clinic on campus that is pretty new. So if you're not feeling well or need some advice, if you feel sick, you can come here. They have times where you can schedule appointments on campus, so that's really convenient.
It's really nice because then you don't have to go off campus to go get tested for anything. You just come right here.
Yeah.
Do you remember that field that we were talking about where the guy hid 6 feet underneath the ground? Well, back in the 80s as well, it used to be the old football field, which can be seen in this picture. So there's Alexander Dickman Hall, there's Parker Fox, and Edgar Fine Arts, and so here's the football field back in the 80s. So that's pretty cool that it used to be in the middle of campus. I mean, just waking up and being like, hey, let's go to the game, and just walk there.
Definitely convenient. So each floor in all the residential halls have a kitchenette. So here's one of the ones in Garby. These are open pretty much all the time. You just have to bring your own pots and pans and obviously food if you want to cook. But that's a great resource just if you're not feeling the food in the caf for some reason, or you want to cook for yourself. So as you can see, there is a fridge and freezer as well as a microwave in here. This is great if you don't have these in your own room, but you are allowed to have either a mini fridge or a microwave in your own room as well.
So in Garby Hall, keys are really dominated to get into your room and all that. In the South Villages, it's very ID heavy. So if you live in Garby, it's just another thing you have to keep up with.
So each floor is locked, and then each room as well is locked. So that just helps if you want more privacy and less foot traffic on each of the floors.
So there is a laundry facility located on every single floor of the residence hall. The laundry is free, so you don't have to bring any quarters or anything. You just have to bring your own Tide Pods.
So in Garby, there are community bathrooms on each floor. So you do have to share with the other residents on your floor, but they do get cleaned by Upper Iowa staff.
They get cleaned twice a week, so it's really sanitary.
Yes. So this is our showroom in Garby, but this is the typical double-size room. So the room comes with 2 beds, kind of this bed frame. You can get your bed lofted, like it shows here. It is $100 to rent for the year, but that is a nice option to have. Also, the wardrobes come with the room, so that's your closet, and then each person gets a set of drawers, as well as a desk with the chair. So you do get a lot for this space, and it is a nice size room, even for sharing between 2 people.
This is where most of the freshmen live, so if you're this is where a lot of people make their friends freshman year. Also in Garby, you are allowed to control your own heating and cooling, which is a really big thing that most people look for. In the South Villages, it's geothermal, so you're not really allowed to control your own heating and cooling. So that's another great thing about Garby, you are allowed to control that.
And there are different size room options. So this is the double, but you can get a single if you want. That's more expensive, but you do have your own space. I think we would both recommend, though, it is nice having a roommate, especially your first year, just to have that built-in friend, if you will, and then you can kind of decide from there what you want your living situation to be. So this is one of the exits of Garby Hall, and this is the guys' side. So this is kind of the main hub on campus, is what I like to call it. but located right inside the main doors is our campus store. So they have different hours, but a lot of great clothing options, UIU merch that are available for students or anyone who visits. And then located right here is like our mail room. So every freshman or student gets their own mailbox that will stay the same all 4 years when they're here. And then through that door right there, that's where you go to send out or pick up packages that get sent to you.
Yep, so your mom and dad can send gifts here and you can just come pick them up here. You don't have to like go off campus to like a post office or anything. It comes right to you.
And it's really easy because you'll just get an email on your Upper Iowa email that says you have a package in the mailroom, and then you just show up and you can take it. I also like to touch on the campus police. So this is doubled with the Fayette police because we're such a small town. It's all kind of encompassed in one group. But it's nice to know they're on campus and they definitely have a presence around town. You'll see them around. And I've never felt unsafe in Fayette at all, but it's nice knowing they're there if anything does happen.
The campus is really well lit at night too, so you don't have to worry about it like being dark and you can find like a random dark corner or something. So.
And their number is posted
Yeah.
and available for all students, so if you want an officer to escort you back to your dorm or you just feel a little uneasy, they're definitely there for your safety and help. So now we're going to show you the ballrooms. This is a great space to have different events on campus. So there'll be wedding receptions in here, proms, conferences, different events put on by Student Life. So it's a really good space for anything like that.
So through these glass doors is Student Life. So at Student Life, it's all about getting the students involved with like different events. So they have like NFL football games, they have college games, they also have like different types of concerts, country concerts, hip hop, rap, all of that so that students can get involved.
So a few other great resources from Student Life are, first, there's the Office of Career and Development. So if you want help building your resume or wanting practice with how to interview for a job, they're a great resource. There's also counseling services that are free for students. And then if you lose your ID or you want to change your meal plan, you can contact them and they will answer any questions about that.
So this is a tutor center. So this is where you can come in here and like study and get help from our lovely tutors right here. So they can also help if you have any questions about like printing or anything like that, or if you need help on like math, science, or English, or anything like that.
All right, so this wall touches on a lot of the alums and what great work that former students from Upper Iowa have done. And then right over here next to that is kind of the hangout place on campus. So there's a Wii, Nintendo, Xbox, different games like ping pong and pool. So this is open whenever the building's open, which is the majority of the time. And yeah, just a fun spot to hang out with friends in between classes or in the evenings.
Also over here through the glass doors is our leadership center. So if you're ever a part of any like clubs or organizations or frats or sororities, this is where you would come and have like your club meetings and all that.
So next we're going to show you the cafeteria, which is located on the main level of the Student Center.
So do you remember those dining dollars that we talked about earlier? Well, you can use your dining dollars here to get like coffee or like burgers or anything like that, or just drinks.
It's also kind of a convenience store, so they have, if you're run out of any toiletries or want some frozen food, that's available as well, so you don't have to drive off campus,
which is really nice.
Next we'll show you the servery. So this is the main eating option on campus, 5 days a week. So during the week there's 3 meal options, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then on the weekends they serve brunch and dinner.
And when they don't have like a designated like breakfast time or lunchtime, they do have like sandwich bar and salad bar out through the whole day. That way you're never out of like a food option or something.
A special feature to our caf is the Mongol grill. So you get to pick out any veggies, meat, noodles, and they'll make it for you right on the grill.
Right in front of you.
It's kind of like being at a restaurant. So for parking and cars on campus, even as a freshman, you can have a car on campus, and parking passes for the year are only $75. So it's very
It's a really
reasonable.
nice deal, yeah.
Yeah, and there's plenty of spots to park.
Yeah, and if you live in like Garby or something, you don't have to just park in Garby's parking lot. You can also park in the South Village parking lots too. So you're not just restricted to where you live.
So as we touched on earlier with outdoor pursuits, you can rent different equipment. So if you want to play basketball or tennis, these courts are open at any time for you to use.
So this is Lee Tower. This is the most expensive living facility here on campus. It's kind of like an apartment style, so it has like a full-blown kitchen and you have like 6 or 7 roommates, and it's a really great big living facility. It is open, only open to upperclassmen though.
And you can get on a different meal plan if you live in Lee Tower. So any other spot on campus, there are 2 meal options, and the only difference is the amount of dining dollars you have at the CAF. But in Lee, you can get on a cheaper meal plan just because you have a full kitchen you can utilize to cook. So there's a bunch of different athletic facilities around campus, located over across the parking lot and everything. That's our football stadium. And right next to it here is the softball field. Also back in that corner is the PAC, which stands for Peacock Arts and Athletics Center. And so that's where both the baseball and softball teams practice, as well as golf. And then there are art classes in there as well.
And bowling as well.
Bowling too. So there are 3 South Villages on campus. This is South Village 1. This is the oldest of the 3. And then there are also South Village 2. And then South Village 3 is located in that corner.
And so in terms of like expense, like how expensive all the living facilities here on campus, it goes Garby, and then it goes South Village 1, and then South Village 2 and 3, the exact same price. The main difference between South Village 1 and Garby is that Garby doesn't have like, Garby is a communal bath, South Village 1 isn't a communal bath, so it's like a suite style, so you have like 2 people, and then you share a common room, and then you share like a bathroom too. So you have like 4 people technically, because you have 2 people here. And then the big difference between South Village 1 and then South Village 2 and 3 is that South Village 2 and 3 have kitchens in their room compared to South Village 1 where they don't have a kitchen in their room. So this is South Village 2 and that's South Village 3 over there. So the main difference between South Village 2 and 3 is that South Village 2 is a little bit more of a rustic vibe compared to South Village 3, which is more of a modern vibe.
Yes. So as we touched before, Garby uses keys to get into your rooms, and South Villages uses the IDs. So your student ID is also what you use when you're swiping for meals or getting packages from the mailroom, but each facility is locked with the key, so you use your key card to get into the building, as well as your suite and then your individual room.
Yeah, so it's really like, it's safe. So it's not like everyone has access to the South Villages. It's only if you live here. Same thing with your rooms as well.
So this is the lobby of South Village 2, and as we touched on earlier, it has a rustic vibe to it. There is a kitchen on this level, as well as all the other levels, and an office with some computers. And there are elevators in all of the South Villages.
And it does have a TV over there, and it has cable, so sometimes they'll have like NFL watching parties or anything like that, so.
Yeah, fun hangout spot for residents. So here's an example of the kitchen space located on each level. There's kind of a dining room here and different chairs. Again, more spaces to hang out with other residents. So the laundry room is located here. Again, it's free. There are 3 units of each on every floor.
Also, something really nice about the South Village is every single second floor of the South Villages do have a computer lab, and you can also print here, so you don't have to go all the way to the library to print something. You can do it right here.
And now we'll show you the showroom.
So this is a 6-person suite. Majority of the South Villages are 4-person suites, but this is an example of a 6-person suite. So this is like the main common area. All of these like colored couches do come with the room, so you don't have to bring your own furniture or anything like that. You can, so like this resident brought their own futon, but you don't have to. And then this brown thing right here comes with it too, a nice little TV stand for you to bring your TV. Also, there is a fridge. So this is like the kitchenette that we were talking about that is in the South Villages. It comes with a fridge and it comes with all these cabinets and all that. And it comes with a sink so you can do your dishes here. And
so this is an example of a single room in the South Villages. So again, it's nice that there are different options. If you maybe want to have other suite mates but you don't want a direct roommate, there is that option. And then there are also double rooms, which we'll show you next.
So the drawers underneath the beds do come with the room, so you don't have to bring your own like storage or anything like that. Also, a big difference between like Garvey and the South Villages is Garvey just has like a cabinet that you open for your closet. South Villages have a walk-in closet. So this is what the walk-in closets look like. So it's a really great space. It's really big too. And then all of the South Villages do come with desks like this, so you don't have to bring your own desk or anything like that.
Yep. The chairs come with it as well. And then as it pertains to TVs, you can rent or buy one through the resident halls, but you are more than welcome to bring your own. And then for each suite, there's a bathroom that connects with it. So for this one, being it's a 6-person suite, the bathroom is the largest. There are 2 showers, 2 toilets, and 3 sinks. And there's also a built-in shelving unit in there as well. It's nice, you only have to share with your immediate roommates, but you do have to bring toilet paper and you be responsible for cleaning it. And so the size of the bathroom will depend on the size of the room. So the typical 4-person suite has a little bit smaller of a bathroom, but still very nice and just a good feature for the suites.
And for a 4-person suite, you will have to bring your own shelving unit, though a shelving unit is only for the 6-person suite.
Correct. So one of the really cool features about Upper Iowa University is its location. So we're located in Fayette, Iowa, which is a very small town, but that allows for a very close community feel. So the community gives back to the campus and the campus to the community. So we have FAD every year, which stands for Fayette Appreciation Day. So all the students take their part in picking up the community and helping those who support our campus. And definitely the community is present at all the sporting events and different events hosted by Student Life throughout the year. Another cool feature about this campus is just the unique combination of being a Division II college in such a small community. So a lot of the students here are athletes, which is super fun because we all get the student-athlete life and can support one another, but are in this tight-knit community as well.
That also extends to professors as well. A lot of the professors do know that majority of the students here are athletes, so they're really flexible with trying to work with your schedule and make sure you get all your work done and that exams don't conflict and all that. So that's really nice as well. Also, something really cool here at Upper Iowa University is the class time. So classes start right at 8 a.m. and then they typically end around 3:30. The latest class that you'll have is probably a 12:50 class, and that's a lab. And so a lab really lasts from like 12:50 to 3:30, or sometimes you have a class that starts at 12:50 and ends at 2:05. So that's really nice too. You get out of class at about 3:30 and you have the rest of the time to do whatever you want. So the Edgar Fine Arts building is right over there. That's where like the computer science classes are, your art classes, as well as where the football coaches are, and that's where esports goes and does all of their like games. Also, an interesting fact about the building, underneath on the bottom floor is an underground pool. So we actually used to have a swim team and that's what it was used for.
All right, so here we are back at Parker Fox. We hope you enjoyed your tour with us today.
And we hope that you choose Upper Iowa University.
Go Peacocks!
Cool.
Yay!